Good morning to the beautiful island of Barbados and the channel of Barbados Beach House Build. Say that slow so I can spit it out. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Hello to the people that have been on it for quite some time. I think we're just under 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I thought I'd just check in. So I've not been in for a while, as like I've said to you guys before. We're not doing a great deal at the moment on a daily basis, so I don't want to bore you guys to death, but been away in the UK for quite some time, just returned, so we've just done a few bits today and we're a bit of a plan of maintenance. So I thought I'd just check in and show you some of the changes that have taken place on the property over the duration and talk about some of the things that we're going to be doing in the next week or two before the change. Beautiful in the shade. It's been a bit rainy on and off, which is obviously quite rare. I say rare, this year we've had quite a bit of rain, but yeah, rare compared to last year and the year before, so certainly that's for sure. There's been a complete change in the amount of volume of rain that we've been getting. But anyway, today we've had a bit of rain again this morning, and it went dry all the way until about an hour ago, and then we had a little bit of a shower, and it's nice and clear above, as you can see. Right, let's start on the back garden. We're still waiting for the garden to be done because we're still waiting for the path to be done. So as far as I'm aware, I'll show you obviously what it looks like in a minute, a little bit closer up, but the builder I've used has decided to put a cover over the top of this, which is a bespoke aggregate, if you like, that's designed to go over and I suppose rectify any blemishes, issues with paths and driveways. So we picked the colour, which I showed you before in the last videos, which by the way I've got a couple of videos I haven't uploaded, so I will upload those prior to this one. Yeah, and in the meantime he's come back and he's filled in the lines that we had drilled all the way along that unfortunately just landed up letting the whole thing down. If they had got those right, the colour that we actually have now would have been absolutely perfect, which I'll show you in a second. So until we actually get, obviously the formwork's been removed, but until we actually get the top piece put on to here, we're not going to be able to do the garden for obvious reasons. You know, we need to try and make sure that's done and dusted, construction mess has been dealt with and finished, and then we can get the grass installed as and when ready. But in the meantime, some of these cuttings that we put in are going a bit crazy. So what we decided to do is this dark pink here and this light pink here. We're going to do a load of cuttings and we're going to basically put them 12 inches apart all the way along this wall here to try and get a nice dark and light pink hedging put across there. So we'll cut it, we'll keep it shaped, and we'll keep it the same height as the wall, so it actually just covers the wall but makes it look beautiful. This side here, we're probably going to put an evergreen bush along here, remove some of these things we put in the meantime. This corner here, nothing seems to be surviving here, and I'm assuming it's because of either the gases or whatever coming from the well. So we've had one that's died here, 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 and also over here as well. We removed them yesterday. So they just don't seem to be surviving. They seem to be rotting from the inside. So anybody knows why, hit me in the comments below and let me know what it is we're doing wrong. And if it is just because of the well, then what other nice looking plant can we put there that will survive under the gas stroke toxic elements of the well, which I assume was what's killing them. Anyway, let me quickly show you the path so you can get a little bit of an overview on what I mean. I'm sure I covered it in the previous videos, but it's been a good sort of 4 to 6 weeks before I've actually filmed before, so I always forget what I've reported on, so forgive me if I'm going over old ground. As you can see, the path itself has actually come out a nice colour. I don't like the finish, as I've just sort of talked about before. If it was less stone orientated, it would be okay, but obviously he's come in, he's filled the actual gaps with concrete. But as you can see, the colour itself is actually nice. It would, you know, with the grass in here all the way to the edge, it would actually look quite nice if I hadn't jet washed so much off. If it was like round here, you know, this bit here for instance, it's not too bad. So anyway, that's the material that we're going to be using, but we're going to go for a lighter colour. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to literally put the light colour down first, then they're going to tape lines every 2 foot, and then they're going to go for a slightly darker colour over the top, so it will look like stones again, but will be finished off a bit nicer. So as you can see, it's not disastrous, but where we're concerned, it just needs to get done sooner rather than later so that we can actually get on with doing the landscaping. All the walls have been repainted as well, because obviously there was concrete everywhere, so we've done that. He did offer to do it for us, but I just wanted it done in the meantime in case it went on too long, which it has, so thank God we did that. Everything else seems to be sort of settling quite nicely. With the air conditioning units really have been taking a bit of a battering, so they've been jet washed and they've been sprayed again. So anybody having air conditioning units put in, regardless of size, I really would recommend that you maintain them. You know, get them out of the salt air if you can. I mean, that's about as best we can get it in this corner because the wind sort of comes from this direction. But yeah, we need to jet wash them down and spray them every month to try and keep them looking okay. Today, so we obviously had this building painted. Today we actually remounted the hose back on the wall with proper industrial raw plugs and bolts. So that's nice and stable now. And that was taken off because we obviously painted the building, which you guys all got involved in. Now, what we did have in the big rain that we had when I was away, which you guys would have witnessed, or some of you might have witnessed, the water seems to have got behind the paint, and it's created this saggy look on a few different patches. So you can't really see it maybe on the camera, but here, just there, look, you can see some sag coming through where the water's got behind and lifted the paint off of the wall. So that's probably about the worst one there. And then we've got another one here. And as you can see, it even punched out the bottom and leaked. So this all here. So you see where the crack is along here that we filled before we painted. For some, I think it's coming through the top, coming through the blocks, hitting the beam and coming through the front. Again, another piece there, look. So a real shame, because it looks like what we're going to have to do, obviously, we're going to have to seal the top anyway, just in case it is the top. But then we're going to have to take all of this paint off because it's now compromised. We're going to have to try and sand it down somehow so we can try and get it looking flush so that when we paint it doesn't stand out. Real pain in the arse. But I will upload in a minute some of the actual videos, the water that we received. So I'm not too sure who is watching the videos actually on the island or who was certainly on the island last month. But we had the worst rain here that we've ever had. Now, of course, here I would have filmed it so you guys could have seen it, but I do have some film. So I will upload some of the videos and pictures so you can actually see how bad it was. But our pump room even flooded, which I'll show you a picture just here. You see that picture there? That is literally our pump room. Now I asked the pool company that installed all of our pumps to ensure that we had 2 blocks and then our pump to ensure that we were at least 16 to 20 inches off the floor in case we ever did get any flood. Unfortunately, they didn't listen. They put on one block. And as a result of that, our pump was underwater, which I'll show you a quick video, photo, just in the right hand corner here. So as you can see, the pump was just going under the water, and thank God it stopped. Otherwise, the pump would have been submerged and it would have been wrecked. So we managed to get to the pump before it got killed. We turned all the power off, and once the actual water came back again and we dried it for an hour, then we actually turned the pumps back on again. So thank God we saved it. And now the pool company are going to be coming out and uninstalling everything, raising it another block, and saving us from any future damage. Showing in the house. Good old showing. Right, so today another couple of little things we've been doing, just a couple of little maintenance things that we've been trying to get around to doing in the pump room itself. So we obviously we resealed the floor with a Henry roof rubber, just to try and protect it. We obviously given it a good lick of paint, and today we've just obviously mounted a couple of brackets on the wall to get some of the actual pool stuff out of the way, and just make it a little bit neater. As you can see, this is the pump. The water came to about here, so it didn't submerge the whole thing, but it was a good 12 inches of water in here, which, as you can appreciate, that means out here it was probably to around about the 3rd block, as you've seen in the pictures. So it survived, everything did survive. Obviously this is all waterproof anyway, so that's all okay. All this was underwater. Once it submerged, obviously we had to get the pump in here because from that step here was full. So we had to pump all that water out and then dry it out. But seems like a distant memory already. But it certainly did cause Sherwin some pain because I wasn't here. And the water went right up to that black sheet. So it literally went right across here. And it was literally nearly covering all those rocks there. And it literally came through over there. So they're starting to build over the road in a minute, which I might show you. But yeah, the swamp fills up. The water then comes over here, backs up really high, hits this berm, this engineered berm, comes up behind it, and then unfortunately it broke through there, and it broke through there, and then obviously came flying into here. So everything was underwater. Next door, Alan, bless him, he's a lot lower than my building. He was underwater badly. So as you can see, there's some polythene sheets put here to to try and prevent any more water coming through. But yeah, testing times, and typical, I'm not here when it happened. Anyway, so it's all done. So that's all good. Shower head is completely dead. It's only been up a year. It looks like it's about 35 years old. So I've got a plastic one now, so I'm going to put that up there. I've tried to find a nice looking plastic one. The only thing I could find was in a black stroke dark grey. So at least that will go up and won't rust. I'm sure it won't survive very well in the sun, as this hasn't. I mean, this was dark grey when it first came. This was dark grey, so Sherman's obviously just put some spray on it to see whether we can bring it back to a decent colour. But at the moment, it looks like the sun has completely bleached it. So as you can see, even the WD-40 in it's not touching it. So you can see that this side's darker than this side. So I'm sure that will do exactly the same. So anyway, also the other thing we've had quite a few black marks all the way around on the white plaster. So we've got some bleach, some outside bleach. We've watered it down a little bit and we sprayed on it, and it's actually killed all the black, which is good. So again, that saves us having to paint anything. So that was one of the reasons why we went with this white mortar. I mean, it's not as nice as standard plaster. So this is normal plaster, concrete plaster, painted, but it needs to be maintained. This is unfortunately not painted, so it doesn't look as good as that. However, it doesn't need painting. It just needs the odd bleach every now and then. Sales are holding up really well, which is good news. So I'm happy about that. And we've actually managed to order some slats. I'm not sure if I talked about the actual wooden acoustic slats, but we've actually got some acoustic wooden slats coming from England. So I'm hoping that we can get them here in the next, hopefully in the next 4 weeks. And I'm going to do the front of the garage, the garden gates, and I'm also going to do the actual supporting wall in here. I think I might have said that in the previous video, so forgive me if I'm duplicating what I've said. Other than that, that's pretty much where we are so far at the moment. It's just maintenance. It's literally going around at the moment, doing some little snagging bits that we've forgotten to do or not got around to doing. And also just going around and maintaining some things like greasing the windows, getting things sprayed up, because at the moment the salt here absolutely eats anything, which I'm sure anyone on the video that's here has experienced already. So today one of the things I will be doing when I go to Kooymans is stocking up on WD-40 and anything else that can obviously prevent any form of corrosion. Apart from that, I think we're pretty much where we are at the moment, so I'll update you a little bit later when I come back. I'm off to Kooymans now. I might film in Kooymans actually. When I'm in the shops, I might film some bits and bobs so you can actually see the environment and the prices and stuff like that. So I might do that in a second, so I'll check with you very shortly. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we're outside the lovely Kooymans, which is Barbados' version of American Home Depot, England's version of B&Q. Hey, sorry? Yeah, it is, yeah. Thank you very much, thank you. So, welcome to, bye-bye.
Very quick?
It is very quick, yeah.
Good machine, man.
Thank you very much. So wherever you go in Barbados, you see that all the time. Everyone says hello, by the way. You walk into a shop, you're standing in a queue, everybody says good morning. And then you walk out of the car park and everybody says things like that, you know. You've got a nice car, everyone says hello, thank you. It doesn't happen like that around the rest of the world. So let's have a quick look. I'll take you in and show you around. By the way, I've already been in here and bought my stuff, so I won't be queuing up and buying stuff. So let me show you around. So, very, very similar to the UK and American stores. Here you have all the silicons, the fillers down one side, sandpaper, and the ever so expensive blue tape. A little bit more fillers down here, paint brushes, spray guns, paint rollers, scrapers. One thing they don't have here, floor scrapers, this but longer. I find these really good in England with the longer ones, but they only have this one, which is like an industrial version of it. So it'd be good if they had that one with a longer handle, but they don't. Then you've got roofing compounds, plasterboard and dry tape, silicons, patch sealers. Here you've got your sprays, all of it. Again, definitely going to need some of this, by the way, if you're building here. The sprays, the lacquers, the primers, and then over here, the paint thinners, right down to they call them reducers here, but again, paint thinners. They do have white spirit, by the way, a little can down there, but again, Bajans don't normally have, or Barbados doesn't have white spirit really. They have a reducer, an oil-based thinner, or a paint thinner. Then you got some of the acids, etc. Come around here, this is their version of their own trial plastic. There is trial plastic on the island, by the way, so you can get trial plastic there as well. Ladders. Sorry about that, press pause. Mega money, mega money. So, an 8-foot aluminium, 439. An 8-foot, 609. I've got the 10-foot version of this. So yeah, they're an investment, unfortunately. These ones here are the most handy ones to have. Again, no metal, we'll say aluminium, but no rustable metals. This is like a composite with aluminium. 300 for a, is that 6 foot? Not too sure, but anyway. What else you got here? All of their own paints, obviously down here. So Kooymans paints. You've got Berger, which is on the island, and you've also got Harris as well. So you've got Harris brands in here, Berger brands in here, and then you can also get Benjamin Moore. I'm not too sure what that one is. Oh, Berger, sorry. So you've got obviously all the paint charts all the way through. They've got their own paint mixing plant here. The guys are pretty handy here actually. They've been pretty good every time I've used them. So yeah, you can come in, you can mix up your own colours. Wall sealers, concrete primers, and the dreaded all-purpose fillers, which obviously you're going to need plenty of if you're building. Then they've got their own tools. They do a lot of Makita and a lot of Milwaukee. They've got specials on at the moment on the end of each aisle here on the Milwaukee stuff. So they've got Milwaukee here, here, and here. Then obviously down here you've got tools like crowbars, hammers, and tape measures. Down this one here you've got grinding discs and drill bits, etc. Today I've had to go and buy another one of these because we're going to need it to take some of the rubber off the floor. So just one of these that goes into a drill. And also we've bought quite a bit to sand down the wall, the green wall I showed you earlier on. We've bought some sanding discs, both 80s, 100s, and I think we've also got, no, yeah, just 1800s. These are worth a weight in gold. Again, 34 Bajan. So what's that? 34 Bajan is 17 US, or about 13, 14 pounds. They're pretty good, these ones, the Makita ones. So again, if you ever want to buy something that's going to last, goes through concrete, goes through metal, goes through bloody everything. Yeah, definitely one of the best blades I've used, and certainly one of the cheapest. I mean, as you see, that one's 34. DeWalt's one is 99. Jesus. I mean, that is the price difference. Again, from a handsaw point of view, the Diablos are really good here as well, but again, 60 Bajan for one of those. I've not used the Makita ones. I think every time I've gone to buy one, they haven't had the size I've needed. So I've not actually managed to test their one, but again, I'm sure judging by the other blades, they'll be good. And you obviously got all the jigsaw blades there as well. Around here is where you need to go in and apply for a mortgage. This is where you start seeing some of the actual hand tools, etc. Again, Milwaukee, probably one of the most competitive ones on the island, but look at the prices here, look. Craziness. I mean, $2,000 for one of those. I mean, that is just unbelievable. Yeah, crazy prices. I mean, and these are cabled ones as well, like 500 for a cabled one. Damn. Obviously got all the saws along here, desk drills. Then you've obviously got Makita. Makita's a bit more reasonably priced, but again, still quite expensive for what they are. They do have deals every now and then on their 2-pack drills, etc. So always worth keeping an eye on that. And is there a price on this one? Circular saw 1379 Bajan. Sheesh. Not cheap, that is for sure. And then here, so there you go, that Makita, there you go. So for a 2-pack drill set, 780, which is what? If you round it off to 800, that's 400 US-ish, and about 350 pounds. And there's another one here, I'm not too sure, there's obviously a better one, but again, I bet it doesn't have batteries. 803, 1799. And then you've got a cheaper but cabled version, 469. Again, sockets very expensive on the island as well. So Give you an example. A 48 piece there, look, 229. Craziness. What else we got down there? Car parts, screws. They don't do a lot of stainless steel, by the way, so if you do want to have something that's going to last in this condition, stainless steel is the best thing to have. And that is the stainless steel part there. That is a stainless steel part here. And I think, if I remember right, there's another stainless steel bit here. So that is it on the stainless steel front. Home-wise, they've got some bits over here. Feel at home. So flower pots, flowers, all the lovely stuff to make your house look great. So that's not too bad in there. I do find that they don't tend to turn it around that much, so it seems to be the same stuff all the time, which is a bit of a shame. What else is good showing you? They do some doors. Again, the doors are a bit basic, and again, not cheap. So you've got some designer looking doors here. They're not too bad. Prices. There we go. 224 for an 80 by 32 standard. Got that in a number of different colours there. And then you come down to sort of some cheaper doors. Then when you get to the hardwood stuff, this is when it starts getting reasonably expensive. 839. So yeah, I did find it quite difficult to get the doors here, but then again, most of the doors inside the house for us were bespoke anyway, so we had them built, made, and then shipped. Barbecues, another thing bloody expensive here. I mean, admittedly, this is not exactly a great example. Genesis at 5,000, Weber Genesis 5,000, but again, you know, 2,500 for this little thing. So Weber's very expensive here. They do have some other examples, and obviously you've got the barbecue ones, the coal ones. I mean, that one there, the famous. I think it comes. No, it doesn't. I don't think it comes with the actual rotisserie. But again, 629. Shades, where I bought the shades from, what you've seen on our patio. You've got some shades here. These are all the big to small, triangle to square. Some cool boxes all the way along here. So again, I'm showing you all this. You can stop the video at any point and see the prices, which is good for you guys. Again, other barbecue bits in here. Not cheap, as I said. I mean, that's probably one of the cheapest ones, look, but again, it's a proper coal one. 869, American Gourmet. Chart broil, 1949, 6 burner. There's an equivalent one to that in Price Mart, which is 1,600. So again, I mean, I think Charbroil are a pretty good brand in all fairness, but the egg, the big egg, how much you guessed it? Have a guess in the comments how much you think this egg is. I'll give you 20 seconds to write in the comments before I show you the price tag. So this is one of the bigger ones, obviously. It's quite a big one. So it's not the brand green egg, it's a different brand. Here we go. 3,500 Bayesian. So we're talking about 1,750 US for that. That's nice. That one there is nice, but again, 2,825 again. Charbroil. Again, quite nice looking. Would be better if the handle didn't break off. Show model. But again, a nice little top on it. Again, where I'm concerned, that wouldn't last 5 minutes where I am. The stainless steel would not be stainless very long. And then you got Oklahoma Joe's, 1,499. Again, it's a smoker, but that's not too bad. Should last a bit longer in the actual conditions here. Okay, what else? Plumbing. All plumbing here. Electrics and plumbing over here. And I'll take you over into the actual kitchen section very quickly and show you around that as well. Here we have gardening, so hoses. One thing that's really weird here, hoses and extension leads, bloody expensive and never on rolls. So to give an example, 180 Bayesian for a 50-foot hose. This brand here is probably one of the better ones to go with. You can come down here to about 120 for a 75. But again, you won't find anything in a box where it's obviously on a you know, pulley system where it rolls up itself. Nothing like that. You get all these individual ones. Then occasionally you can find, which I'm trying to find as I'm looking. I mean, you've got that there, look, for instance. You can buy one of those and make your own one up, but they don't actually do them. Oh, there's another one there, look. That's what I was looking for. So they do these little bits you can hang on the wall and wind it up yourself, but they don't actually do one, which is like our one on the patio, which is very strange. Not a bad gardening section here. Again, unfortunately quite expensive. I was going to buy a hedge trimmer here the other day myself, a Makita one, but when I found out it was 850, it didn't actually come with batteries. Found that a bit strange. But anyway, they do this iWorks. They do obviously the Makita, and they do some Milwaukee, if I remember rightly. I can't see it at the moment. So let's have a quick look around at the bathroom section. So you've got tiling and bathrooms here. Got laminated floors, all the tiling equipment you physically need, individual tiles for bathrooms and floors, toilets, ding 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 ding, baths even, and they also do the bigger stuff as well. Bit of design it, bit of marble look. And then they also do some of the mosaic stuff as well. So you would have seen some of our mosaics on the shower floor outside, for instance. They came from here. They also do some mosaics for the pools as well. And then also do some of the finishes as well, the stainless steel finishes from Genesis. So that is pretty much the bathroom section. They obviously down here do the sinks. Showers, wall mounted pedestals and sink units, as you can see here as well, and then a few other little bits for toilets and toilet seats, etc. Give you an idea on prices. Let's have a quick look at a reasonably decent one. Let's have a look. Let's look at this one for argument's sake. Some of the prices. So that helps out you guys seeing a little bit more. Taps, obviously mixers, standards, some things a little bit more modern. Again, there's platinum imports and all sorts of other places on the island as well. Temporary shower heads, etc. Other bathroom parts. Then you come into kitchens. Kitchens, I tend to find that they don't have anything in stock. You always have to order it, and it's a bit of a turnaround time. But you can buy parts in here, obviously, and you can order and spec them up. The one thing I do recommend Kooymans for, that's for sure, is their Korean. So these are all the actual colours that they actually do. So this is all Korean sheets, and they've got them in the actual in the main warehouse. So as you can see, 899. I think they're a 3 foot by 12 foot sheet. So you've got the creams, the marble effects. They actually do whites and that as well, and they also do the glues. They don't do the glue gun, which is a bit of a strange one, but they do the glues. So yeah, a few different sort of samples there, and as you can see, they've had a Korean worktop made here, look. So that's pretty much what you can do with Korean. You can make it into whatever you want. And then you've got a lighting section over here, which is reasonably in depth again. But on the upstand lamps, they don't really do a great deal of those, but they do have quite a few shades. For anything wall mounted or ceiling mounted, they seem to have quite a few. Again, if you want some prices, zoom in here so you can see some prices. Sorry about the flickering on the LED. And some others. Bedside lamps are normally about 100. A few little bits and bobs like that. Then you've got a lot of LED coming through now as well, so LED is obviously the way to go. Got some downlighters and uplighters there as well. And then you have some bedroom parts here with bulbs into bedrooms. So bedrooms meaning shelving, mirrors, all that sort of stuff. Hi, buddy. So we've got a few sort of decorative mirrors here. Look. A few wardrobe sort of bits and mirrors. We've also got some stained glass stuff as well. And then it comes around here into wallpaper, if I remember rightly. Some of the wallpaper is quite nice, actually. Not a massive selection, obviously, but it's very Caribbean looking, tropical stuff. Again, 99 a roll. Damn. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an overview of Kooymans. Obviously, Kooymans is one of the DIY stores on the island. You've got Carter's, which is probably one of the most established. You've got Marshall's. Obviously, Kooymans. Hi, how are you? What else do they have on the island? It's pretty much all I've used, really. I mean, there's loads of others, but I mean, the main ones. Carter's, which is an equivalent, a Bayesian equivalent to this. And Marshall's is a bit more construction orientated. But I would say Kooymans at the moment are pretty much leading the edge on pushing things forward from bringing stuff in from abroad. So it's definitely worth coming in for that. You know, and they've got everything here to a certain extent, but things like for today I need some bleach, they don't do bleach. So I've got to go off and find bleach somewhere else. Even though they have a domestic aisle just over here, around that corner there, don't do bleach, which is a bit weird. So yeah, there's a few things they don't do. But in general, you know, you can get most of the things you physically need, from a light bulb to a screw to a tool to actually do the work. So it's definitely worth coming here if you, rather than darting around the island every 5 seconds. So anyway, that gives you a little bit of an overview. I'll check in with you in a minute once I've actually got to site and just done an update on what we've done on site there. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an overview. So if you need any other information, please hit me in the comments below as to what you want, and I'll give you the comments back. And again, any other videos you want like this, let me know, and maybe I'll go into Carter's and do a Carter's one as well to give you a quick overview. So I hope that helps. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe.